so small. Where would you go? I like the food. I like the food.
I have been the executive director of Echo since early 2019. I have coordinated the distribution of over 10,000 bags and 60,000 pounds of food to local children and their families. Being able to make a positive impact on the youth in our community is very rewarding. I know that because of the work that I do, I'm allowing these children the opportunity to grow and thrive and not have to be burdened by the worry of where their next meal will come from.
I got together with Marlis Peck, who was a uh, she was a social work teacher, and I was a business entrepreneurship teacher. And we combined into a Team Talk class, and it's social enterprise for entrepreneurs. And we were surprised at how much business and social work had in common. I'd have to go back and count. But I think we just had about 10 students, and they all, at the beginning, you only have 6 or 8 weeks in the summer, so you have to go really fast. And they suggested their ideas for what they wanted. One of our students was an adult student, staff at UCM, and she was in a program that helped little preschools start. And most of us didn't think there was a hunger need for children because when they go to school, they get lunch. And there was a backpack program where they took home a lunch for the weekend. We had never considered preschoolers. Preschoolers don't fall into any category that gets federal food. And so pretty quickly, once we realized there really was this need, everybody was on board. Okay, so they're all seniors, so I knew they were all moving on. So now I had this program, and Marlis and I, um, I just could not close the program down. It was in the very fledgling stages, but I could not say, okay, we're not going to bring any food to these little kids anymore.
They're always ripping their bags apart. I mean, literally every time that I have a food delivery, they are ripping the yellow bags open to see what's inside of them. And I have to say, let's put them in your backpack. Wait till you get home. I am the Little Tigers preschool teacher at Maple Grove. All of my children are 4 turning 5, so they just missed the kindergarten cutoff. They will all go to kindergarten this next school year. I think of the sweetest little boy, and with the raspiest little voice and the cutest curly hair, and I knew his mom and his family were struggling. There had been some situations that they were dealing with, and the first time the Echo bags came this year, when that little boy saw he was just so excited. He couldn't wait to bring it home to show his family, show his mom. And when we got to the gym and we saw his brother hugged him, and his older brother, every time he gets it, he is so proud to carry it. And I always tell him, I'm so proud of you. You're such a good big brother. And he's so proud to help little brother, but I think he's even just prouder to take the food home.
When my oldest was younger and we got the bags, it was just her and I at that point. I was a single parent, limited income. I was on food stamps, I believe, at the time, but they just kind of weren't enough. So it really helped getting those bags. And like I said, she loved them. I was going to class at UCM as well as working at the child care center there. And, even though we're in class, it kind of limits the amount of hours that we can work. And on top of the UCM having if you're in class, you can only work certain number of hours there at the UCM campus. So that created, a gap, which, we can fill with WIC and SNAP if your children qualify for those. But even still, that can at times leave gaps depending on unforeseen circumstances that come up. You can't plan for everything.
I'm loading up the cart. You guys take those to Liz. Where's the bin? Yep, she's on the bus.
RISE is an extraordinary group of individuals that volunteer for us. They come into our facility once a week and they pick up the Echo bags and distribute them to a couple of the preschool centers for us. It is an outing for their individuals. It gives them a chance to get out and have an activity and get involved in the community, and it's also a great help to Echo as well. I don't think people realize how many people here in our own community are actually struggling. They don't know where their next meal is going to come from. So not everybody that needs assistance is considered low income. There are times where families just, need help from time to time, or they had car troubles and they spent their extra money fixing their car and now they don't have money for food. So we don't require proof of income to receive our bags, or really we just want to know, do you need our assistance? Can we help you? And they just have to basically sign a form saying, yes, we can use your help, and go from there.
Get your bag, Tyus.
You are bringing a backpack of food to a preschool, and the preschoolers are running out to grab you and say, "What's in it? What's in it?" You know the need. It's a great joy to have happy little kids, grabbing at what you're doing, but it's also very heart-rending to see that need. There have been times when I've worn an Echo t-shirt to Walmart, and I've had mothers come up and tell me that their child would not have eaten that weekend, that they haven't eaten in 4 days, but their child ate only because of that backpack.
We are a nonprofit organization, so we don't get assistance from the government or anything. So our funding comes from donations and fundraising opportunities.
Echo keeps going because there is still a need for little children to be fed. It is that simple, and there are still people willing to fill that need. As far as federally funded or state-funded food providing programs, they are aware of a student once they hit kindergarten, but they aren't aware of them under that age. They have no contact. So this Echo is about the only program I know of who can contact and distribute food to that lower age. I believe strongly this is money well spent. It's a very small amount of money. The advantages of giving money to Echo and to programs like Echo is that they can buy food for maybe 10 cents on the dollar. There's a very tangible feeling to, here's my bag of chili beans, I'm giving it to you. That's very tangible and that's very nice and that is needed. But if you gave them $1, they could buy $10 worth of food. And that's less tangible, it's less of a feel good, but it's very much needed.
I've talked to parents who are just coming out of a harder time. One mom in particular, she was working really hard, single mom, and she had a job and wasn't making very much. She had a big job opportunity that the social work and we were all talking with her and encouraging her. She just got a better job and she was so proud to let me know she didn't need the bags anymore. She had a significant increase in her money. She was so proud. And so she was happy that it was there for her, but she was proud to not need it anymore. If Echo wasn't filling the gap, it would be extra hard for these kiddos. We have an amazing social worker, and the school does as much as it can. But there's really nobody that takes Echo's place. It fills a very large space that these kiddos need. I mean, no child should be hungry. It's hard to learn when you're hungry. It's hard to focus when you're hungry. It's hard to play when you're hungry.
There's a lot of research. I'm a professor, so there's a lot of research that says that when you give, you are happier. I think all belief systems have something like Matthew 35, 35, where I was hungry and you fed me. I was thirsty and you gave me something to drink. I was naked and you clothed me. I was sick and you took care of me. I was in prison and you visited me. This is one of the most redeeming things we can do with our lives. And to have college students doing it, to have volunteers in your community doing it, that's when you know you live in a good community. And I think Warrensburg is a good community.
I feel that children should be able to be children, especially on the weekends. It's their time away from school. They should have the opportunity to play and just be kids, and they shouldn't have to worry about where their next meal is going to come from, or if they're going to get food for the weekend, or are their little siblings going to have food to eat. That shouldn't be a concern of theirs. They should just have the ability just to be kids. And now I feel like I'm getting teary-eyed. I'm sorry. I just think about my own kids, and I can't imagine them having to worry about something like that. I'm really proud to be doing what I do and making an impact. It feels good.